In today's video, I am going to be going over all of the common expressions and sentence patterns that appear in the trailer for To All the Boys I've Loved Before on Netflix.
My name is Lara Jean. I was used to being invisible. No one was paying attention to what I was doing. I write a letter when I have a crush so intense that I don't know what else to do. There are 5 total. Peter with the beautiful eyes, Kenny from camp, Lucas from homecoming, John Ambrose from Model UN, and Josh, the boy next door.
Hey!
What are you doing?
Nothing?
Nobody else knows about them. Can you maybe just admit that some part of you doesn't want everything in your life to be a fantasy? You've got to get out there and show people who you really are.
Lara Jean, welcome to my party.
Just don't hide yourself, okay, honey?
Let's do this.
I'm with you.
My name is Lara Jean.
Okay, so this is basically how you introduce yourself in English very simply. My name is Lara Jean. Except don't say Lara Jean, say your name. Okay, my name, it's possessive, you're talking about me with my. Name is a word by which something or someone is called or known. Is used to describe identity, job, role, or nature of the subject. And then Lara Jean, she is the main character in To All the Boys I Loved Before. Her right there. So yeah, just my name is Lara Jean, simple introduction.
I was used to being invisible. No one was paying attention to what I was doing.
Okay, right here we have a lot of text. So let's go over it piece by piece. We have, I was used to being invisible. Used to means you become accustomed to or accepting of something. So I'm used to talking a lot, for example. Or he is used to washing the dishes. They are used to the snow. They become accustomed to it. They're accepting of it. So here Lara Jean says, I was used to being invisible. Invisible means cannot be seen. It's an adjective. And in this case, Lara Jean's talking about her school. She's used to, being invisible to everybody else. She was accepting of the fact that she wasn't really seen by people. That's why she says the next sentence, which is no one was paying attention to what I was doing. So let's break it down. No one means no person. Was paying attention is the past continuous, meaning to listen or watch carefully. So nobody was watching carefully to what I was doing. So was doing means to perform, carry out, or execute. So nobody in the school was listening or watching Lara Jean carefully to see what she was performing, carrying out, executed. She was invisible, not really seen.
I write a letter when I have a crush so intense that I don't know what else to do.
All right, here we have more of the romantic part of the story coming in. So let's break it down. I write a letter. So to write a letter means to compose with words, usually handwritten. A letter, which is a note or message written to someone, as you can see right there. Not as common in the world nowadays, but it's pretty romantic when you do write a letter. So to write a letter is just to compose one of those messages. When I have a crush. So when is at the time that I, referring to Lara Jean herself, have a crush. Now, a crush is a romantic interest or a feeling of love for someone.
Crush.
So yeah, I had a crush on the same girl for the past 2 years. She has a huge crush on him and smiles whenever she sees him. You know those butterfly feelings that you get in your chest when you like someone? That's a crush. So she writes a letter when she has this feeling that's so intense that I don't know what else to do. Here we have the word intense, which is extreme or very strong. So when she has this feeling of love, romantic interest, that's really, really strong, very strong. She writes a letter. I write a letter when I have a crush that's so intense that I don't know what else to do. Okay, don't know is to not be certain of something. When Lara Jean isn't certain what else to do, what else to perform or carry out when she doesn't know what else to do, she writes a letter. When she has a crush, that's so intense that she doesn't know what else to do.
There are 5 total. Peter with the beautiful eyes.
Now she's talking about the letters and says there are 5, number 5, total. So total in this context means complete, utter, absolute.
Total.
So she's a total master, complete master. What a total success, complete success. So there are 5 letters in total. She has only written 5 letters. Then she goes on to describe each person in the letter. Peter, a name, our main character, with the beautiful eyes. Beautiful means very pretty or lovely. It's a compliment a lot of girls will get. Beautiful eyes.
Eyes.
Basically what's on those black cats right there. What you see with. Okay, so we have Peter. Apparently he has beautiful eyes.
Kenny from camp.
Now we have Kenny, another name. From is used to indicate the origin or source. So she knows Kenny from camp. Camp is a place where one learns about the outdoors and usually sleeps in a tent or cabin. You just say camp in general, everyone kind of understands what that means in America. It's just a place where you sleep outdoors in a tent or a cabin and you learn about the outdoors. So that's her second letter, Kenny from camp.
Lucas from homecoming.
We have Lucas, another male name, from, again, the origin, homecoming. In the US, the homecoming is an annual celebration at the beginning of the school year. It's a dance. People are really into it. People ask people out. So, yeah, it's a dance at the beginning of the school year. Pretty fun. That's where she knows Lucas from.
John Ambrose from Model UN.
Okay, now we have John Ambrose, which is a name. John Ambrose from Model UN. So Model UN is an educational simulation and or academic activity in which students can learn about diplomacy, international relations, and the United Nations. So it has a lot to do with international relations and stuff, which is why there's so many flags that comes up when she talks about John Ambrose.
And Josh, the boy next door.
All right, now we have Josh, boy's name. The boy next door. The boy next door is basically a person perceived as familiar and dependable, typically in the context of a romantic relationship. So he doesn't physically live next door. It's someone who you can depend on and rely on, someone familiar that you know. So Laura Jean knows Josh really well, and he actually does live next door in the show, but that's not what boy next door means. Just someone who's loyal, dependable, trustworthy, that you know very well, and usually are interested in romantically.
Hey!
Now we have the common interjection of hey, which is used to get someone's attention. You can say hey if somebody throws a pillow at you, like in To All the Boys I Loved Before, or you can say hey to get someone's attention, or when you're angry about something that somebody did.
What are you doing?
Here's a very common phrase that you hear a lot in English, which is what are you doing? What are you doing means what is used as a question. Are you doing means to perform, carry out, execute, and again about you. So to say what are you doing basically means what action are you performing right now? Like what's up? What's happening right now? What are you doing?
Nothing?
All right, so Laura Jean says nothing, and this means not anything, no thing. But a lot of the times in America, if you want to keep a secret or you don't want to tell somebody what you're doing, you can just say nothing. It does kind of imply though that you're hiding something, which is exactly why Laura Jean says nothing.
Nobody else knows about them.
Now here we can see why Laura Jean said nothing to hide what she was thinking about, right? Because it says nobody else knows about them. The letters. Nobody refers to no person, not anyone else, other. So no other person but Laura Jean knows, is acquainted or familiar with them, which are the letters that were already mentioned. So nobody else knows about them. The letters are a secret. So when Kitty asks her, what are you doing? And she says nothing, she says nothing because she's hiding the letters because no one knows about them.
Can you maybe just admit that some part of you doesn't want everything in your life to be a fantasy?
All right, we have a really long sentence here, but let's break it down piece by piece. Can you maybe just admit? Can is a modal verb used to indicate physical or mental ability. Can you physically or mentally do something? Can you, referring to Laura Jean, maybe, which means perhaps or possibly. So could you possibly? Is it possible?
Maybe.
And just admit means simply acknowledge. Basically, tell yourself, acknowledge with yourself. Can you maybe just admit that is a conjunction? Some part of you. Part of it is an expression for a piece or section of something else. So some part of Laura Jean inside of her. Can you just admit that some part of you, a piece inside of you, does not want, need for something or desire everything in your life to be a fantasy? Everything is all things, many things in your life, referring to Laura Jean's world, to be a fantasy. Now, fantasy is something imagined, not real, often something too good to be true. So a lot of the times Laura Jean is seen to be in this fantasy world, right? Where she writes these letters, imagines these love stories, and, you know, it doesn't really happen in real life. So her sister Margot's like, can't you just like acknowledge to yourself that a piece of you inside does not want you, like all things in your life to be imagined?
You've got to get out there and show people who you really are.
Okay, I really like this sentence because it's very inspiring. So we're gonna break it up into two parts. First, you've gotta get out there. To say you've gotta means you must or need to. Get out there is an expression, and it's an expression I really enjoy. And it means to go and try to accomplish something. To make an effort, make yourself vulnerable. So get out there means kind of get out of your comfort zone, what makes you comfortable. Do things that are difficult and try to accomplish something. And then we have, and show people who you really are. Show means to display, to allow, to be seen. People, number of persons, everyone out there, who you really are. To say who you really are is like who you actually, truly, in reality are. So, to say who you really are is who you are inside. Not what people think of you, but who you actually, in reality, are. So show people, display to everyone who you are.
Laura Jean, welcome to my party.
All right, here we have her name, Laura Jean. Welcome is a polite way to greet somebody because she's going to a party, which is a social gathering, especially for pleasure or amusement. Parties are very popular in America, for sure. So this guy is saying her name, Laura Jean, and then welcome to greet her. Welcome to my party, the social gathering that she is at.
Just don't hide yourself, okay, honey?
All right, now we have just don't hurt yourself. So, hurt is to cause to be an emotional or physical pain. So it can be emotional or physical. You can experience like heartbreak, hurting, or physical, like you have an injury. Then yourself, your own self. So Laura Jean's dad is saying just only do not injure yourself. And in this case, he's kind of talking about the more emotional way. And then he says, okay, honey. Okay is just to ask if somebody understands. And honey is not honey made by bees. It's a term of affection or endearment, usually used by someone you're in a relationship with or a parental figure. So he's asking Laura Jean if she understands what he is saying. And here we have no, which is used to express denial or refusal. If you don't like something, just say no.
Let's do this.
Now we have our final expression in this trailer, which is let's do this. Let's means let us. Do is to perform, carry out, or execute. And this in this context basically means let's go do something amazing, you know. Let's accomplish this thing together. And usually you'll say it before going to do something that's a bit hard or challenging or that you're really excited for. Let's do this. If you enjoyed this video and you want to review all the words that we went through, I have the entire transcript in a PDF for you in the description below for you to download. So be sure to check that out. Now I think you're ready to take on this video right over here. My friend Fallon teaches exactly how you can use movies to learn phrasal verbs, which can be very difficult to learn. She makes it so simple and so easy. There's a lot of great information in that video and I think you'll really enjoy it.